In this video, I'm going to be going over exactly how to set up a Facebook, Instagram advertising campaign for yourself for your flooring company. So if you run if you're a floor installer, floor contractor, you do refinishing, you're kind of more of a hardwood focused flooring company, or if you're a flooring store or you have a mobile showroom, this can work for any type of flooring company, even for floor removal. Done it for that as well. So this is going to be a full walkthrough and tutorial on exactly how you can run these campaigns to get fast and quality flooring leads coming in for your business in 2024 and in years beyond this. It's one of the best strategies that we're seeing work the best right now, in terms of like just controlling your lead generation and getting high quality, quick, and cost effective flooring leads coming in for your business. Like there's lots of different things you can do, right? There's also Google ads, there's your SEO strategy, there's TikTok, there's referrals, word of mouth, different things you can do, obviously email lists. Think of a lot of different things. But right now in this current state, Facebook, Instagram is an incredible strategy. And so I'm going to dive into exactly how you can set this up for yourself, what you need to do, how you need to be thinking about it. And so, I'm just going to give you all the goods so you can go and create one of these to start getting leads for your flooring company. So first, really quickly, here's kind of how you get to this screen right here. This is the ads manager in Facebook, because what you don't want to do is boost your Facebook posts or boost your Instagram posts, whatever. Boosting is literally a waste of money. It's just you're telling Facebook, hey, here's my dollars, just go put it in front of as many people as possible. There's no objective, there's no like goal or anything like that. It's literally just taking a post you've already done and just getting more eyeballs on it. Like it can be effective, like I've seen it work sometimes, but it's like, man, probably 1 out of like 20 people I talk to that say they're boosting posts say that it's working really well for them. Most of the time you do not want to do that because it's a literal waste of money. So you want to make sure you're in this ads manager backend. So how you can get here is you can just make sure you're on a desktop, of course, whenever you're creating this campaign. But go to facebook.com, just go to your profile, and you can easily just go to the menu button right here to the top right. And scroll down, and you're going to see ads manager. So you can click on that, and it's actually going to take you directly to this screen. So it's going to have your personal profile, essentially creating these campaigns through the ads manager. Ideally, you want to create an ad account for your business, like for your flooring company, so that you can run these campaigns. I'm not going to go in super depth or in super detail on necessarily how to create that. There's lots of different videos you can look up on YouTube on how to create an ad account for Facebook and how you get to this ads manager to create the campaigns. I'm only going to be going over, whenever you've got this set up, how to actually create the campaign, why you set it up a certain way, and how to actually get results from it. So once you're in here on the back end, what you're going to do is see the campaigns right here. So you've essentially got 3 different tiers to a Facebook ad campaign. So you get the campaign level, the ad set level, and the ad level. The campaign level is essentially going to be your objective or your goal that you have for the campaign, and I'll go over that, what that kind of looks like and what that means and like what you should choose. The ad set level is going to be your kind of targeting mainly, and budget, kind of things like that. So who you want to show the ad to, how much you want to spend, even like ad scheduling, placement of the ad, because there's different areas you can place the ad on Facebook and Instagram. There's like Instagram Explorer, there's the different feeds, there's the stories, marketplace, there's a ton of different areas you can place ads. So that's kind of what the ad set level does. And the ad level is, of course, what you think it is. It's kind of the actual ad itself. So it's going to be the copy, the text of the ad, the creative part. So it's going to be an image or a video, like how you want to organize that, the headline, and also like for all the facets of what an ad is. That's where you create that. So we're going to go through all of these levels. So if you've ever been confused on how to create a Facebook campaign, I'm going to try and reveal all the stuff to you on how you can do this, and how you can get results from it. So that's kind of what that setup is. So what you're first going to do is go to make sure you've got the campaign level selected here. And you're going to click create. So this is what I mean. On the campaign level, you have to choose your objective. And that's why, again, you don't boost Facebook posts, because there's no objective. You have to have a goal, like one singular thing you're trying to accomplish with these campaigns. And that's kind of a good rule of thumb for advertising in itself for your flooring company, is you don't just want to throw up ads and just see what sticks. Like, you want to have a goal, a strategy, a plan in mind that's going to get you to the result that you want. So you got to have one objective you're trying to accomplish and a goal or a result in mind that you're trying to hit. And everything you do in between is to get to that result, right? So that's how you have to think about these ad campaigns. You don't just want to throw up a bunch of ads, spend a bunch of money, and just like hope you get jobs. Like that's not how you're supposed to do marketing. So the different objectives here, so the first one here is awareness. So that's just going to be like, it's almost like boosting a post in a way, where it's like you're just trying to, Facebook's going to get you the most eyeballs on your ads for the lowest cost possible, which is not a bad thing. Like you can use this like if you're trying to maybe do some retargeting, because you can make a video ad where you're just trying to get as many views as possible so that you can retarget the video viewers later. That's an option you can go as well. Traffic, that's going to be like you're trying to get traffic to mainly like a website, a landing page, something like that, where you're trying to get traffic to just to get website visitors for them to maybe fill out a form or call you or something like that. Same for the landing page side of things. Engagement, that is going to be like you're trying to get a lot, like kind of like what it says right here. Like it explains it for you. But you're trying to get as many views on the video as possible. You're trying to get like likes and follows and even messages. I like to use this sometimes to run messenger campaigns. Those can be a super effective strategy to get leads for your flooring company. Seen that work really well. The only thing is, if you're going to do messenger campaign, you got to make sure you've actually got someone that's going to be responding to those messages. That people aren't just messaging your business and nobody's responding back. It's kind of pointless if you're just not going to respond back. So you can go that route, and I've seen that work really well. I'm not going to be setting that up for you guys today. I'm going to be showing you how to set up a leads campaign. That's what this is. So essentially, it's literally what it says. You're trying to get leads for your business. So this could be most of the time it's going to be like a form fill. And that can either be on Facebook. They've got forms you can set up, and I'm going to show you how to set that up. It's not too bad. Or it can be a form fill on a landing page, or even a call to your business. That's something they've recently done, and it's a really effective strategy. So this is actually a lot of times what we set up for the flooring companies that we do this for, and it's a really, really awesome strategy. App promotion. You're not going to mess with this at all. It's literally what it sounds like. You're trying to promote an app, and unless you do that for your flooring company, I don't know why you would. You're not going to use this. Sales. I mean, if you're like maybe a national flooring company, you kind of like sell material nationally and like ship out and stuff. I mean, yeah, you could use this. Haven't done a lot of this, but I mean that's probably why you would use that. So most of the times for the clients that we work with, the flooring companies that we do this for, it's going to be either leads or it's going to be engagement most of the time, because that's actually what's going to drive like inbound leads coming, like quality leads coming in, because that's ideally what you want, right? You don't just want a bunch of traffic and stuff. You don't just want a bunch of eyeballs. Like you want actual leads, people raising their hand saying, hey, I want flooring. Can you help me? That's the idea. And so what we found is that leads works the best for that. Okay, so you're going to click continue. And so now this is actually pretty important. They've done this thing recently where they try, and Google does this too, they try to make it really easy for you to set up, which is not a bad thing, right? But they're trying to get you to spend the most money possible, right? Because that's their business model, is advertising. That's how they have a company, through ad revenue. And so what they've done is they've created this thing called tailored leads campaign, and that's what they want you to do because it just makes it easier. However, in my opinion, now some may disagree with this, I try to do mostly everything they recommend, like Facebook, Instagram, or Google Ads. Like if you've got Facebook recommending you to do stuff for your campaign, same for Google Ads, I usually try to stay away from that because their agenda is to get you to spend the most money. And so that's what these things typically are going to try and do. So you don't want to click Tailor Leads Campaign. You want to make sure you click Manual Leads Campaign. I know it's a little bit scarier, but don't worry. We're going to get through this together. I'm going to help you set this up and do it the right way. So hit Manual Leads Campaign, hit Continue. I have a really slow setup. I need to get a new computer, but it definitely takes its time, especially when, screen recording a video like this. It takes a lot of computer power. Okay, so we're gonna go through the 3-level setup. So you have to set up your campaign level, like I talked about, your ad set level, and your ad level. And so you can just leave the name as you want. I mean, it's up to you. You can change it to something else. Typically for the campaign level, I'm not gonna change the name a lot of times unless I'm running multiple campaigns and I need to know what the difference is. But you can just leave that as is. Special ad categories, don't worry about this most times. This is typically going to be for, like right here, if you do the drop down, it's going to be for credit, employment, housing, and social issues, elections, and politics. So if you're running political ads, stuff like that, you got to click that for this type of stuff like real estate. You have to click that, employment offers, and then credit. You may have to use this. So if you're going to run a financing offer or mention that within your ad, you do most times have to click this. I don't know why they have you do it. That's just how it is. They just so if you're offering financing and that's a part of your offer, and I'll talk about offers and what's included in your ad. But anyway, so that's why you would do that. But most times you're just going to leave that alone. For our example here today, how I'm going to show you how to set it up, you don't need to click that. Buying type, auction, you don't need to mess with this. I don't even know what a reservation is. I've never seen that before. That's interesting. It's an auction. You're essentially you're vying for ad space. It's a competition, right? And so budget matters, quality of the ad matters, stuff like that. But it's just an auction, so just leave that as is. Campaign objective, we already picked that. Spending limit, I mean, you can do this, but typically just leave this alone. A/B test, this stuff, just leave it alone. Now you're going to go to the ad set level. Okay, and so on this, for your ad set, because the goal is we're trying to get a conversion, right? We're trying to get a lead. And so Facebook gives you these different options that you can choose from to get that lead information, right? Because in the end, it's just someone's going to contact your business about your flooring services, and then you ideally set them up for an estimate and ideally go close them for the job, and they're a customer. That's how that works. And so there's obviously different just mediums and vehicles to get you that contact information. So that can either be a phone call, it's going to be a message, or it's going to be a form fill. Those are typically going to be, most times, your 3 different ways that you get leads. And so you can do a website. If you click this, that means you've got to have a landing page, or obviously, your website itself set up to capture leads. So this is most times going to be through a form fill. And so I'm not going to be talking about how to set that up today. That's going to just confuse you and probably discourage you as you're setting it up, because you have to install some code on your website and stuff like that. But we're not gonna worry about that today. You don't need to have that in place. Instant forms. This is what we're going to set up today. This is essentially a basic form that is integrated into Facebook and Instagram, to where you can capture leads by getting their contact information, and also having them answer some questions, qualifying them through the form, and I'll show you what that looks like. Messenger, like I talked about, you can get leads this way as well. You can have an automated kind of message sequence set up to where you can, you're getting the contact information, but just in a conversational way. And that's fine too if you want to do it that way. Not going to be going over that today though. Instagram DM, that's another way. And then calls. Just you're optimizing to get call leads. Haven't done a ton of this. I don't like doing calls on Facebook because the really important thing to think about as you're thinking about doing Facebook, Instagram ads, or you're wanting to set this up, or you're wanting to hire somebody, whatever it is, or you're thinking about strategy for your flooring company to get leads coming in. Somebody does not go on Facebook or Instagram to look for a flooring company. That's not why they're on there. That's what Google's for. That's what Yahoo's for, Bing, all those different things, right? They're on there to look at cat videos. They're on there to look at pictures of family and friends. It's a social platform, right? So they are not on there to look for you. That's not the point of it. So why that's important is like if they're scrolling along their feed and they see your ad for your flooring company and the action, the call to action, which is really important, how you do that, and I'll show you what that looks like and how to set that up. But you have your offer and your call to action because they have to take action on the ad for you to get in contact with them, obviously, set them up for an estimate, close them for a job. If that call to action is a call, you don't go to Facebook and Instagram to first off look for a business, but to be ready to call a business, that's kind of a deep ask. It's too much. Like nobody wants to go on Facebook to like call somebody. Like usually they're on there to like numb out. Really to call it what it is. Like people go on social media to like kind of forget about their life for a second and just to scroll. And they're not on there to call businesses, right? They're not in that mode. That you set up Google Ads that way because when somebody's searching on Google, they're in the mindset of calling a business because they have a problem and then you have possibly the solution, which is why they're searching. So anyway, I hope that makes sense, but this stuff is really, really important. Like as you're deciding on what kind of advertising you're going to do for your flooring company, the psychology of these different platforms and how you set it up and how you go about it is really, really paramount. And I don't want you to slip past that because if you don't know the psychology behind it, you're going to set it up for calls or you're going to set it up for just like whatever and website visits. Like it's not going to do the trick for you. So anyway, what we're going to do is instant forms, and I'm going to show you how you do that and kind of why you do that. Your Facebook page, obviously make sure you just, for your flooring business, you have your business page, and that's going to be hooked up to your personal account. If you, for some reason on this drop down, you can't find it, look up a video on how to attach it to it should be already attached to your personal profile. So you should see it on the drop down. But if not, for some reason, just look it up on YouTube and, you'll find something, or shoot me an email and I can help you out. Performance goal. This is a really neat one because it used to be just like you're just going to maximize the number of leads. So like this is what you're telling Facebook what you want, right? So by choosing this, you're telling, hey, Facebook, I want you to maximize and get me the most amount of leads possible, which is a great goal, right? Like we want a high volume of leads, right? But they actually have another option. They just added this in like maybe 2 to 5 months ago. I know it's a wide range, but something like that. It's been recent. In I think 2023 they added it in. But you can maximize the number of conversion leads. And so what this says is we'll try to show your ads to the people most likely to convert after sharing their contact information with you. And so this has been a really neat one as in the flooring companies that we work with at my agency, we've seen this work really well because the issue you can come across with Facebook ads and Instagram ads is you can get a lot of high volume, but sometimes you can get a lot of trash and a lot of like bad leads, people that don't pick up the phone, they're not actually interested, they accidentally submitted their info, they're not ready to buy, like they, just like not high quality leads. And that's going to happen no matter what. And that's really something really important to remember too, is it's a social media platform. It comes back to the psychology. You have to go with this expectation, or go into this with this expectation that you're going to get trash leads. It's a part of the ball game, right? Just expect it. Now we want to minimize that as much as possible. And so a way you can do that is by hitting maximize number of conversion leads. And I like to go back and forth between these two. And this is a part where you can test this out for yourself. And we'll talk about testing kind of towards the end. But I usually like to start out with maximize number of leads just to make sure we're getting volume in first. And then if for some reason the quality is like not super great and it's been a consistent problem, I like to come in here and just switch this to where it says maximize number of conversion leads. So it's up to you. I suggest you go with this just make it easy on yourself. Like, don't make it, just do what I'm telling you to do. That's not in a prideful way, but like I've just done this so many times for different flooring companies, and just do that for now. Awesome. Cost per result goal. Don't mess with this. Just leave it alone. All this stuff, leave it alone. Dynamic creative. This can be a good thing. Just leave it alone. Just make it simple on yourself. Guys, just make this stuff simple. Like, don't overcomplicate it. Seriously. Like, simple is what scales, fancy fails. Somebody told me that one time, and it's super valuable. Daily budget. So to make Facebook ads work, you can do it for as low as like $10 a day. You can do $5 a day. You're not going to get a lot. $10 a day, you can get a lead maybe every couple days, every few days. If you're just wanting to dabble in it for a little bit, you can get away with it. However, I always suggest do not go any lower than, like, if you're serious about this and like you really want to get like flooring leads for your company, and I know my channel, I've got a wide range of people that can watch these videos where it's like I have some beginner flooring companies that are just getting started. They don't have a huge budget and they can only afford so much. And then out on the other end, I know there's people watching this video where your flooring company it could be enterprise level. It could be, you've got multiple locations. It could be you're just a really massive singular flooring company and you've got a really large budget. So for my people that are kind of, you're more maybe towards the beginning, or you're trying this out for the first time, or your budget's not super big, I suggest to do $25 to $35 a day. Because if you do this right, cost per lead, we're usually looking at about anywhere from, on average, about $20 to $25. Sometimes it can be lower depending on the market. But as a good rule of thumb, that's why you're looking at, if you do this correctly and do it over time correctly. So if you do $25 a day, you're going to get about a lead a day coming in, which is really, it's a good consistent volume coming in. Now, if you're a more enterprise level flooring company, you're a bigger flooring company, you have a bigger budget. Obviously, just like whatever your goal is, like if you're wanting to add on, an additional 10 customers a month, 20 customers a month, 30, whatever it is for you, obviously break down your numbers and then do the budget accordingly. So if you're, let's say you're looking to add on 20 more customers a month and your cost per acquisition is, what we typically see on here, it can be about $300, sometimes $400, sometimes lower than that. But if you call it $300, multiply 20 customers by $300 because it costs you $300 to get a customer. And in this example, it's going to be $6,000. So $6,000 a month is, a budget you'd be looking at to get to your goal. So definitely reverse engineer this to like whatever your goal is, do the appropriate budget according to the numbers you're going to see with the campaign. Because if you're going to get, usually we'll see about a $25 lead cost as a good rule of thumb. And then if you do this right on the back end, you should be able to book every 3 or 4 of these leads. So your cost per appointment should be $100 or less. If not a little bit higher than that, maybe $120, $130 sometimes, especially when you're first starting out the campaign. And then if you close 1 out of every 3 appointments you have, that should be about a $300 to $400 cost per acquisition. And so you have to think about it that way. That was a very in-depth explanation on budget, but as a good rule of thumb, do $25, $30 a day at bare minimum. That's going to set you up nicely. And I'll probably dive into more campaign structure here on how to set this up, but you don't just want to run one ad set with one ad. You want to have, I like to start out each campaign with 4 ad sets with an ad in each one. So it's the same targeting, but we've got 4 different ads that we're doing, and I'll show you how to set this up. So in this example, I'm going to say our budget is about, we'll call it $1,000 a month on the really low end, just for the sake of the example. And you can do the numbers accordingly for whatever your budget is. But $1,000 a day, you're looking at about $33, or $1,000 a month is $33 a day. And so if I want to do 4 different ads to run to start, because you want to do 4 different ones because you want to test. You do not want to put all of your eggs in one basket. You don't want to put your whole $33 a day budget into one ad and one audience. It's too risky. It's like investing, right? Like investing in the stock market. You want to make sure you've got diversity, and you don't just want to just invest it all in one company. But you want to make sure you've got your stuff spread out. So the same is true with advertising. It's an investment. It's the same idea because you're looking to get a return on investment. And so I like to do 4 different ads to start, and then from there you can pause the ones that aren't working. You can make more ads based off the ones that are, and get your costs better and all that. So if you're at $33 a day, we're gonna do $8 for this ad set. That if we did 4 ad sets, it's $32 a day. We're kind of in the same ballpark. So $8 right there. Start date, all that. Keep that the same. No end date. Don't mess with that. Budget scheduling. Don't mess with that. Keep the ads running at all times, even if it's midnight, 3 a.m. Keep these ads running because people are on social media constantly, and a lot of times late at night, and so you can get some really good leads at 2:30 a.m. And I'll talk about how you can actually convert those while you're sleeping. And so audience control on this, you want to make sure, this is really tricky because you don't want to do it how they got it set up right here. They have it to where it's just minimum age and not an age range. You want to make sure you have that. So I'm going to show you right here. Click this. You go to Advantage Plus Audience. Click Switch to Original Audience Options. Use Original Audience. You can see the button's not highlighted in blue because they don't want you to use it. Because I don't know exactly why, but they don't want the ads to be incredibly targeted because they've gotten a lot of flack for it with all their data and stuff they know on people and how targeted the ads can be. So they try to get you to stay away from it, but do not. You want to make sure you hit what I just hit. So now we've got this set up. We're at custom audiences. We're not going to talk about that. Don't worry about that right now. Location, obviously, target your service area location. So I'm located in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So, let's say I service about a 20-mile radius in Oklahoma City. So you're just going to type in your city. It's going to pop up like that. Make sure it's the correct one. And then you can click on that drop down and just select your radius. So I got my radius set up. That's where I want my leads to come from. It's perfect. Age range, do not do 18. How many times have you had an 18-year-old customer for your flooring company? Probably none. If you've had one, I'd be very surprised. Man, most times the psychology behind this is you can get probably some homeowners that are, maybe 25 to 29 that are looking for new flooring. Most times just people in their 20s just aren't looking to get new flooring. It's just not what they're thinking about in their 20s. So I like to camp out really in that low 30s to 65 plus range. We'll just do 30 for the sake of this example. Do 65 plus because, there can be some 70, 80-year-olds that are, looking to get new flooring. So it can be really valuable. All genders, just always do all genders. Just make it easy on yourself. Detail targeting, don't mess with this. This might be for a separate video, but actually, yeah, click that drop down and then unclick this because you just don't want to do that. Detail targeting, you can actually set up your ads to where you can target people based off what they're interested in. And this can actually be really, really good. And we actually test this out. But we start off at all 4 of the new ad sets, the beginning ad sets, with just broad targeting, just let Facebook do its thing. But after we optimize the campaign, we'll test out different audiences like this, so home improvement, or you can type in flooring, and you can click that, and so it's only going to show ads to people that have like shown interest in that. So it can be really good. Languages, stick with that unless you're going after Spanish audiences and you're Spanish or like you speak Spanish, then you can do that as well. But just you can go all languages. Placements, don't even jack with this. Okay. Let's go to the ads portion. Actually, I'm going to label this. Naming it is important, especially if we're going to have 4 to start out. You don't just want to have them all be the same name because you want to know what the difference is. I actually have a pretty confusing naming system. I won't do that though. We'll just call it ad set 1. And then we're going to go to the ads area now. And we can name this ad 1. Click away. Okay. Now what we're going to do, this is where it gets fun. Targeting is pretty, I guess it's okay, but this is where you get to be, creative and make the actual ad itself. So let me move my face. Here's what we're going to do. You can do a single image or video, or you can do a carousel where it's like, you know what a carousel is, but it scrolls through multiple pictures on the ad. Those can be effective. I like to do typically a single image or video. Unclick this where it says multi-advertiser ads. It's just one of Facebook's things they want you to do, and I don't like doing it. Scroll down. So, okay. Our ad creatives, this is going to be our image or our video. So hit this little trash button. If you've got stuff like this is our Facebook page for our agency. It just automatically does that. So just hit the trash button, start fresh like this. All right. So the creative side, do not make this hard on yourself. Don't think you've got to go out and hire like a local, videographer, or like spend a bunch of money on an insane, crazy commercial or video. Don't do that. Here's another really vital, important tip and the psychology behind this stuff. Nobody wants to see ads. Nobody. So don't make your campaigns and your ads look like ads. Wow. Revolutionary, right? But it's true, especially go back to the psychology of the platform of Facebook, Instagram. People do not want to see ads. Again, why are they on Facebook and Instagram? They want to numb out. They want to forget about their lives for a little bit. And like they don't want to see ads. You want to play into what they're actually on there looking for. They want cool looking pictures, just things that look like a regular thing that somebody would post, one of their friends would post. If you come into this thinking you've got to like make this insane 4K looking amazing 30-second Super Bowl ad quality video, a lot of times they don't want to see that. They're going to scroll right past it. So you just make things simple. And so here's what you do is most times just get a picture of a job you've completed. It's got to be like a decent looking picture. Don't make it look like blurry or like it's like an ugly floor or nothing like that. Like a good job you've completed or that you feel like looks good. And then take a nice looking picture with your iPhone or your Android, whatever you've got, flip phone, your Razor. But take a picture. Make sure it looks pretty decent. Don't spend a ton of time editing it or like putting a filter on it, nothing like that. Just a quick picture. It's like, okay, that's a good picture of a job. Literally just use that for this ad. That's it. Just use pictures of your jobs. Don't make this hard on yourself. You can also, so pictures of jobs before and afters work really well. So take a picture of the job before you do it, and then take a picture of the job after you're done. Make sure it's the same exact angle. That way, it's got the same thing. It just, the job is completed. Before and after is those are cash money if you want to use those. Videos work really, or pictures. We'll go one more example of picture. Pictures with people in it, guys. This is massive. People, whenever they go on Facebook, Instagram, they expect to see pictures of people. So show them pictures of people in your ads, okay? So if you've got a picture of a floor you just completed, shove one of your workers or your installers or your whatever in front of it, have them put a thumbs up or like just standing there with a smile, take a picture of it with the floor completed, use that for the ad. Or you can have like a picture of your guys or yourself in front of your van. If your van is like decked out with your flooring name and all that and your phone number and stuff, put your guys in front of that van, take a picture of it. Those work so well. Just stuff with people in it works good. Video wise, just whenever your job is completed, you can start off selfie style, like, hey, we just completed this job, for Susan, whatever. Here's a quick glance at it, maybe like a 5 to 7 second pan of the job. Like, hey, if you want an estimate on getting a floor done like this, just click down below on the ad and fill out the form. So you can do stuff like that, which works really well. For this example, we're going to do a before and after photo. And for the 4 ad sets that I like to run to start, I like to do everything the same targeting, same copy, same headline, just doing 4 different images to start. So you're going to get your video you want or your picture. Just go through all this, just click continue and then done. One important thing too, this is kind of a more detailed thing. Again, I want to make sure I don't leave anything out, give you guys all the goods. But this does matter to where you are actually making sure that the photo is the correct aspect ratio. And what I mean is, like if pictures can be different, like sizes and stuff, like some can be smaller, some can be bigger. If your picture is too small, it's going to look really weird on the ad. If it's too big, it's going to zoom in too much and look a little funky. So you want to make sure it's the correct aspect ratio. So an easy way you can do this, whatever photo you want to use for your ad, go to canva.com, click on this Instagram post square. It's going to give you a template for the correct aspect ratio for Instagram, and this also is the correct one on Facebook. It's a 1-to-1 ratio, meaning it's a square. You want to make sure it's a square, not like it's super long and skinny or super wide and like short. You want to make sure you use this aspect ratio. So anyway, what you're going to do is you're going to click upload here, and then upload your photo that you want to use for the ad. And then you're going to come in here, and we'll say this is the picture that we want to use as an example. You're going to drag it over like that. Make sure you can double click on it and move it around to like whatever you want to show. So like if you want to show more of like the floor or like more of the wall in the background or whatever, like choose whatever you want. Then you're going to click share, download, and then it's going to download the photo, save it to your computer, your laptop, whatever. And then that's going to be the final picture you're going to use. So make sure you've got 3 or 4 of those pictures ready to go. Go to Canva, do that process right there, and you're going to be good to go. So, all right. So you've got your photo in there. Looks good. All right. So now we're good to go. We're going to go to our primary text here. And so this is where it can be a little fun. So what you want to do to start out every single ad is you want to call out your target audience. That's like copywriting kind of 101. So essentially you want to do something like this, like, hey, we'll call it, I'm in Oklahoma City. We're trying to go after homeowners, right? Like if that's your target audience for flooring customers, residential, commercial, we're not going to talk about that. Residential, let's say we're going after Oklahoma City homeowners. Hey, Oklahoma City homeowners. I like to do a like a little emoji too. Emojis are like fun and playful, and people like those. So I like to add in like a little hand wave emoji. Where is it at? Cool. Make sure there's like a space between the S and the thing right there. Hey, Oklahoma City homeowners. Just really simple, like looking to get new flooring for your home. Get a quick quote on your flooring project. Man, I'm really bad at typing. So we can get you the floor of your dreams. I don't know, something like that. And then do a new paragraph. You don't just want to like do this all in chunk or like in one huge chunk. Copywriting looks way better whenever you've got different like smaller paragraphs. It's easier on the eyes. Then a quick little, so you essentially, your first little thing is you want to call out who you're going after, and then hit them with a quick hook question of like, hey, are you looking to get new flooring for your home? And say, hey, you can get a quick quote, because another psychology thing here is like on Facebook, Instagram, and social platforms with ads like this, if you're trying to get leads off of social media, you got to give people one thing to do. One thing. Don't say, hey, we're the best flooring company in the world. Like, go check us out. Go check out our Facebook page. Go to our website. And then give us a call. It's like, oh my gosh, that's way too much. And again, you've got like 2 seconds to capture these people's attention and then make it worth their while to actually take action on your ad. So there's a low margin of error here, so you have to do this correctly. Give people one thing to do. One thing, and that's it. So a lot of times, this is when it comes to the next part of this, is creating an offer. So offers are really important when it comes to social media ads and just marketing itself. So your offer is like, hey, we will give you this in exchange for our services. We, blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, we'll give you this. And so a lot of times on Facebook, Instagram, what I see work really well is like dollar amounts off or percentages off of your project. So if you're, a lot of times, we'll see like hey, get $500 off of your flooring project this month only. That one works really well, because you have to give people a reason to enter into your world. Offers are just a part of marketing. Like, don't think that you're going to get a bunch of cheapos and like bad leads if you give a discount. Like, the best businesses in the world do discounts. Like Nike, Adidas, Apple, like everybody does offers. Everybody does discounts. It's a part of it. But you have to do something like that to capture people's attention. So you can do something like that. In this example, again, we're just going to keep it really simple. We're just going to do a free quote offer, and that actually can work really well still on Facebook. So anyway, that's what we're going to go with. And so you got our thing up top there. We're calling out our audience and who we're going after. And then the next chunk of a paragraph, we're going to say who we are, just a little quick intro, just so they know we're an actual company. We're a full service flooring company that's been serving the OKC area for, I don't know, 9 years, whatever that is for you. Our goal is to give you the best quality flooring at the best price. Something like that. Make sure that they know you're a real company. Then on the next little chunk here, I like to talk about like what we offer specifically. So we offer, then hit the enter button. And then I like to do like another set of emojis here where it's like a check button. Well, if it'll let me do it. Again, I told you my computer sucks. Alright, check mark. Where's the check mark? Oh, there it is. Okay. Space. Carpets. We offer, and then copy the check mark again. hardwood, blah, blah, blah. So you can put like 4 right there, and then next chunk, and then our call to action. So again, we're giving people one thing to do. What's the one thing we're getting them to do? Hey, are you looking for flooring? Get a quick quote on your project. That's what we're going after. Get a quick quote. Actually, I like to say this. Get a quick and free quote. It's just like 2 benefits to getting a quote, right? It's quick and it's free. Just do that, something like that on your last chunk here after you put all the ones that you offer. So if we're going back to the one thing. If you would like to get a quick and free quote on your projects, click learn more below. That's it. Very simple. Okay, that's it. That's our copy right there. We've got our image, and then on the headline, we're gonna do what's the one thing that we're getting them to do? Get them to do one thing, right? And that's what your headline is. The headline is incredibly important because what happens is whenever they're scrolling along, they see the image or video first, then they go to the headline because it's like, okay, that captured my attention. I like this picture of flooring before and after. It looks cool. The headline's like, okay, what is this all about? Like, what is this? What do I do on this? Or what's the whole point? That's what the headline is. Headline's super important. And then they're going to go up to the copy next and read, okay, all right, I'm interested. I got the main bullet points. What's this all about? Then they click see more and read all the copy. For the headline, what's the one thing? All right. Get a quick, I like to do plus, switch it up a little bit. Free quote on all types of flooring. And you can test this out to where you're saying, hey, get a quick and free quote on carpet. Get a freaking free quote on carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl. Saying all your types on the headline. Just testing is a big part of this. Space, another emoji. I like to go crazy with the emojis sometimes, but it works well. People like it. I like to do like a pointing finger type thing because we're giving people the one thing. It's like, okay, get this. Here's our call to action. Now pointing over there. Go to click this button now. And then it's really cool how it all works out. So, where's all the pointy finger thingies? There we go, like this one. I like this one a lot. Look at that. You got yourself a Facebook ad. Well, one thing, call to action. I like to always start everything out with learn more. Learn more, it's just, I've tested it so much, it gets the most clicks pretty much most of the time to start. However, I do like to do get quote as well as get quote button because if you're getting a quick and free quote and the button says get quote, it lines up really well. So you can test that out too. It all comes down to testing. So we've got that right there. What we're going to do next is we're going to create a form. And so because they click on the ad, click learn more, whatever it is, then they go to the form now. So this is like an in Facebook form that they're going to go to. So what you want to do, you can title this, form 1, whatever you want. I like to go with more volume, higher intent. It makes them review their contact info before to make sure it's correct. That way you avoid wrong numbers and stuff like that. Okay. Next, don't worry about upload image. It's gonna do automatically the image in the ad. Short headline. We want to give people kind of one thing to do, right? So ideally I like to have one question in there as like a qualifying question because we don't just want a bunch of form fills because it's really easy just to click your contact info and hit submit. But we want to have a little bit of a qualification process so that we also know which type of flooring they're interested in so that when we reach out to them, once you get notified that this lead came in, you kind of have some context about what they're looking for and they're also a little bit qualified. So what I like to do is answer question below and hit next to get flooring quote. Something like that. You got 60 characters right there to play with. So we're telling them what to do. You got to tell people what to do every single time. And it's crazy. A lot of times they'll do it because people will just listen like that. Answer question below and hit next to get a flooring quote. And then maybe in the paragraph below you can say, hey, we'll give you a fair and accurate quote. No gimmicks or hard selling. Something like that works really well. hit next. And then you can add your question here I'm talking about, multiple choice. I like to do that. And just very basically, what type of flooring are you interested in? Okay. So you can do all your types in there. So you got your hardwood, vinyl, carpet, blah, blah, blah. Put whatever types you want in there. And you can add more questions. You can have 5 questions. You can have 20 questions if you want. However, the more questions you add, the higher your cost per lead is going to be, and the more people aren't going to submit because it's too much to do. Now, so there's this delicate gray area and balance where it's like you don't just want a bunch of volume that's not great all the time, but you do want to have that balance of like high volume and also pretty good quality at the same time. Because again, the reality of social media leads is you're going to get some bad leads. No matter what you do, no matter how good your marketing is, that's a part of the ball game. Okay, so you're just going to have to deal with that. But what matters is if the numbers make sense and your ROI. So if you're getting $25 leads and you book 1 out of every 4, it's a $100 cost per appointment. If you can close 1 out of every 3 appointments, that's a $300 cost per acquisition. If your typical flooring job's $4,000, profit margin $30 or 30%. Let's call it $1,800 you make. You spent $300 to make $1,800. That's a 6 times ROI. That's what you got to think about when you're doing this stuff. You got to start thinking deeper about it, and that's what works. So anyway, you can however many questions you want. I like doing that. Description next. This is going to be like where they actually put their contact info. Enter info below to get a quote. Email, full name, and phone number is what you want. Do that right there. Hit next. And right here, have a privacy policy. I'm not going to go through how to do this, but if you have it on your website, put the link in here. If you don't, look up how to make one and then put the link in there. Headline. This is where it gets really fun, is you can actually do this. If you've got a calendar link, which you absolutely should, if you're running ads like this, if it's a Calendly link, if it's a link, whatever, if you've got some sort of link with your CRM or whatever it is for your calendar, because you want to get booked appointments. That's the idea here with Facebook ads. You don't just want a bunch of leads. You want estimate appointments. I'm sure that's probably your goal for your flooring company. Is you want people you can see in person to sell to, right? That's the whole entire point of this. You don't just want a bunch of traffic and leads. So we want to push them to an appointment time now. So what you can do, a couple options. Click here to book your estimate appointment. Just tell people what to do, guys. Like it's insane how well this works. Click below to pick the best day and time and do something like that. Or you can do a back-end thank you page offer. This is some secret sauce. I don't know if I should be sharing this or not. But you can do a back-end offer where it's like, hey, offer is only valid on this page. We're going to do 10% off. We're going to do $300 off, $500 off, whatever. One time only on this page. And to get that offer, you have to book an estimate appointment. That's some secret sauce right there. So right there, and then view website, and then you're going to add your calendar link in here. And then what you're going to do is the call to action text is click here to book your estimate. Right? They're going to click on it. They're going to go to your calendar. They're going to book an appointment. So usually I'll see, if you do this correctly, about maybe 10 to 20% of people actually book an appointment, which is freaking amazing. If you get a notification where you just have an automatic appointment that you didn't have to do anything for, they give you their address, the time they want, and you go out and sell them some flooring. It's pretty amazing. So, guys, that's it. That's how you make a Facebook campaign. That's how you make a Facebook ad. That's kind of the main setup. Really briefly here, that's kind of, so a couple different things. I'll say this first, is you're going to click exit, hit close on that. And then what I like to do is, again, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket and just make one ad set and one ad. I like to do it with 4. And then from there, you have to test and optimize and do stuff to actually make this work. And I'll talk about that. That's really important. So what you can do is you want to come in here and hit duplicate. This is really important. You're not going to see this a lot. Duplicate. And now it's going to make the same, it's going to make a duplicate of the ad set and ad that we just made. By duplicating the ad set, it also duplicates the ad that goes along with it. So now what you can do is do your second ad, right, with the different image that we talked about. Now you can change whatever you want on this because you want to make sure you're testing different stuff. So test a different variant. This could be a image like I'm going to show you. It could be a headline. It could be the copy. It could be a different form. And this is what it comes down to. Is like you have to analyze the numbers too whenever you're after it's been running for a few days. Analyze the numbers and then make decisions off of that and see what's working and see what's not. Add to, so just rename everything, and then what you can do is just change the image. So now you're going to have 2 tests running. Kind of fun. So you just hit the trash button on this and then have another picture of your flooring jobs, another before and after, a video, whatever you want to test out. Have some fun with it. Hit the drop down, add image. And then in my example ad account, this is our agency. I don't know if I have another picture of flooring or not. Oh yeah, I do. Well, I don't know. Let's say this is. Okay, we click that, hit next. We're just going through the same exact process. So you don't have to go through and create a whole new campaign again and like go type it out again, the copy and the headline and stuff. Like this is the shortcut. Hit done. So it makes a whole new ad set, whole new ad, but we've got our testing variant. So now you know ad 2 is going to be a different image, and so you're going to see the different numbers that it produces. So obviously make sure whenever you're done creating the ad sets and ads for everything, hit publish. It's really important to make sure they're turned on. You can see on the left here the dots here and stuff. So we got another picture of flooring right there, our separate ad set. So we got a nice little campaign being set up here with our different testing we're going to be running. And so I'm not going to do it again for the next 2 ad sets, and you can do however many you want. If you got $100 a day budget, you can do 10 ad sets at $10 a piece. Yeah, so because the faster you can test, the faster you're going to get the results that you want. That's a really important thing I just said. When it comes to advertising, the faster you can test, the faster the results, or the faster you're going to get to the result that you want. Because this takes me to kind of one of my final points is to make this work. I just walked you through how to set up everything by yourself. Do this by yourself. To make this work, though, the money is not typically made on the setup of the campaign. You have to be able to come in here once it's been running for a few days and look at the numbers. So you can come in here, you can look at the link clicks, like how many times people clicked on the call to action button, clicked on the ad overall. You're going to see how many leads you have, what the cost per lead is. So you're going to be able to see like, okay, ad set 1, the cost per lead or cost per result is $12. Ad set 2, it's $49. Right? And so if it's $49, we don't want that. So we're going to pause that. You click on this, you pause it, and then you duplicate the one that's working, and then do another picture, another variant, another headline, whatever it is. And that's how this stuff is supposed to work. But you have to be able to know how to optimize these campaigns, manage them, keep an eye on them, and do different things with them. You cannot just set this stuff up and let it run and not look at it and just expect, you're to get a bunch of qualified leads all the time and like close a bunch of jobs for weeks to come and months to come. That's not how this works. So I'll probably make some videos in the future on how to optimize campaigns, how to actually manage them, what to look for in the numbers. But for now, this is a great start. You can set up the campaign, and then it just comes down to testing and doing this. The second last thing is to also make these campaigns work, you have to have a back-end system set up. Because when these leads come in, you have to have a way to notify yourself through email or phone number. And then from there, in real time, because they submit their info, if you wait longer than 5 minutes or 10 minutes to contact them, the chance of them converting to an actual booked appointment or a booked job goes way down, statistics say. So you have to have a way to get the lead information in real time as soon as they submit, be able to call them and book them for an estimate appointment. So there's some different ways. You can go to Zapier.com and set up an integration to where it sends you a text message or an email. And you can look at videos on YouTube on how to set that up to get notified when Facebook leads come in. There's probably a bunch of videos on that. And also, like, that works really well, but you can't always be calling leads all the time. So this is actually a software that we have that we own that we give to all of our flooring clients, to where it actually sends the leads that come in an automatic text and an automatic email to push them to book an appointment. This is incredibly important and super powerful because whenever the leads come in, calling is always good and you want to do that. However, like, SMS works really well and email works really well, but SMS is like so key. So what it does is it sends out an automatic text as soon as a lead comes in. So you're not having to worry about following up with the leads all the time, making that initial touch point, because that initial touch point is everything. But this software takes care of it for you. Having something like this, doesn't have to be this, it can be anything at all. And let me know if you want, maybe to try this out or look at this yourself to use this for your business. But so, like, an example right here, like, a lead comes in from Facebook, and what happens is, hey, first name, this is so-and-so and so-and-so flooring company. Thanks for claiming we're running a $500 offer for this. Getting a free quote, you could say, too. The next step is book an estimate appointment for us to come out and take a look at your floors. What's a good day and time to schedule an estimate appointment, right? So we're starting that conversation immediately, trying to push for an estimate appointment. 5 minutes later, if they don't respond, we send this. And then an hour later, we send this. What kind of flooring work are you wanting done? And this is so key because this squeezes out so much juice from these leads that you normally wouldn't get if you were just running the campaigns with no back-end auto follow-up like this. You absolutely have to have something like this in place. So she says this right here, so awesome. And our client, our flooring company client, didn't have to do anything to get this response. Our software took care of it for him. So just incredibly powerful. But anyway, and then they take over the conversation, get the appointment, and win the job. So you have to have something like that set up to make this work. But anyway, if that is something where because I told you exactly how to set up the Facebook campaigns for yourself, for your flooring company, this is exactly how to do it, how to get leads coming in. If this is something where, like, this is too much for you, like, you don't always want to be in here looking into campaigns, setting this up for yourself, having to think about this, it's a lot. Just be ready to dedicate a lot of time to this to actually make this functional for you and make it effective to get actual jobs and appointments coming in. But if it's something where, like, you just don't want to do this and it's like it's too much, I run a flooring marketing agency, and so we work with a bunch of flooring companies, and we manage a bunch of these Facebook campaigns and Google ad campaigns and SEO and web design, all this stuff. But we essentially make sure flooring companies are getting booked appointments and booked jobs through online advertising. So if you're looking for help on that and you want to outsource that to us, then you can go down in the description. There's our email. Go to our website, book a call. Also, we've got a bunch of different videos on the channel too you can check out to get additional help and resources. But anyway, if you have any questions, shoot some comments down below. We'd love to help you out more. If you want to hop on a call, you can do that too. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.